Hello, welcome to the second web user vodcast. My name's Daniel Booth, I'm Deputy Editor. With me here is Ben Camm-Jones, he's our news editor. We're going to be discussing a couple of things that have hit the news and have made the headlines in the world of the internet over the last couple of days. First up, we're going to talk about Woolworths. Now they've announced plans to stop selling CD singles in half of their 820 stores. So it could be the death of the CD single. They'll make exceptions, they say, for special releases like from winners of the X Factor. Great, thanks Woolworths for that. Ben, what is this, a death of the CD single?
It could very well be. I think the figures that Woolworths were talking about, saying there's only about 8 million CD singles sold last year. A few years ago that figure was much nearer 100 million. So it could very well be. I think people like the convenience of downloads. I personally have never really bought CD singles. Purely because I like albums, but I do like having the physical product. So I think there are going to be a few diehards who are going to be quite sad to see the CD go. But as technologies go, it doesn't quite have the character of vinyl, does it? So
no.
you know, it's not going to be something that we pine after. I think in the future, but I think this could be the beginning of the end. Certainly for the single, perhaps not the album yet, though.
And other companies, other shops, going to follow in Woolworths' footsteps?
Well,
do you think?
Probably too early to say. What we have seen though recently is Tesco and Woolworths, of course, now have started up digital download services. They're offering MP3 for download, so it could be that Tesco maybe, if it recognises it as a failing product line or as being unprofitable, that it might be something that they drop soon too.
And why are Woolworths punishing us by only having X Factor winners and Pop Idol winners releasing CD singles?
They're the exception to the rule. They're the ones that continue to do well. So unfortunately, the next Leona Lewis or Paul Potts or whatever is going to be on the shelves still, and it's going to be very, very, very bad for all of us.
Okay, so CD single, bye bye. Now moving on, two interesting announcements from Microsoft this week about Windows 7. Apparently about the launch date, and also the touchscreen technology involved. So what can we expect from Vista's successor?
Windows 7 is the very catchy code name they're using for it at the moment. Obviously, it'll be called something different when it comes out. Not entirely sure what. Vienna was one of the names that was touted a long time ago, but
Vienna?
Not sure about that. Yeah, Vienna.
Ultravox fans within Microsoft?
Very possibly. It could just be a big joke. If you remember, Vista for a long time has been referred to as Longhorn before it was launched. So it's difficult to say what it's actually going to be about. The touchscreen technology is the one thing that Microsoft have shown off so far. That's nothing new. Obviously, Apple have been using it in the iPhone, the iPod Touch, that kind of thing. So really what we're going to see over the next 18 months, which is the release date for Windows 7 will be early 2010, we're told. Whether we can believe that or not is yet to be seen, but it looks like it's going to touchscreen technology. It's going to dominate the news agenda until then, and I think Microsoft are just going to drip feed us information about what's actually going to be in it. I would think that really what they need to be concentrating on, not so much technology in terms of touchscreen, but what they really want to do is they want to make sure it kind of can embrace the cloud computing concept, that sort of thing, semantic technologies, because that really is where the future of the web lies.
Sure, and also not sacrifice functionality and usability.
Absolutely,
for the sake of just incorporating touchscreen technology.
Yeah, I think that's key as well, because the reason why touchscreen on the Apple products are so good because they work well. It's very intuitive, but if they're doing it merely to be copycats, then they've got to think very hard about that, I think.
Doesn't it rely on the actual computer itself, though, being able to incorporate touchscreen technology, surely? Yeah,
I mean, that's the thing, they've got to build a platform that hardware can be built around. But yeah, I mean, touchscreen technology is becoming cheaper, it's becoming much more common, and there are actually a few Windows-based PCs. I think HP makes one out there at the moment.
Brilliant. Okay, well, thank you very much, Ben. We'll be back again in a fortnight to discuss more news, more headlines, more interesting stories about the web. I'm Daniel Booth, Deputy Editor. Until then, have a wonderful time online. Bye-bye.